Joyce Marter. She's a licensed psychotherapist and CEO of Urban Balance.
Licensed clinical professional counselor Joyce Marter.
Joyce Marter.
Joyce Marter.
Joyce has a few stress savers.
Urban Balance with Joyce Marter.
Good morning.
Our feelings are a normal response to our nature and our nurture.
We are each responsible for our own thoughts and feelings, and we can choose to make a shift. We can choose to coach ourselves through some of these negative emotions, to be our own compassionate advocate, to say it's okay that you're scared. It's okay that you're feeling anxious. This is just a feeling. It's a wave of energy that you're feeling in the body. It's a normal response to what you're going through. But you can do this, and you're worth it. You deserve it. We're going to talk about the importance of self-love, vision, and support, which is one of the most important keys to success.
I have to say that she's one of the best keynote speakers that I believe we've had at a counseling association conference since I've been attending for the past 22 years.
I think all of us, we compare our insides to other people's outsides. So we imagine everybody else is doing really great, and we may suffer in silence. And as a therapist, I've had the deep and profound honor of getting to know so many different clients from all different walks of life, and realizing we all have our issues. We all have our stuff.
And I think seeing a therapist should be like going to the dentist or the doctor. It's a routine, preventative form of healthcare, and we all need support. It's like having a personal trainer for your mind or for your relationships. And it doesn't mean you're crazy, it doesn't mean you're in crisis. It's about health and wellness.
I really enjoyed her passion that she shared for the profession.
I love destigmatizing mental health care. We all have mental health issues as part of the human condition, and I want to normalize counseling. It's something we can all benefit from at different points in our lives. I love being an advocate to promote access to care and for social justice and being a positive change agent in the world.
So maybe we've been through traumas, maybe we've been through losses, maybe we haven't had the support that we've needed and deserved. And maybe we've had it in a situation that tapped into some old sadness or anger, and it might appear that we're having a disproportionate response, but it's valid, it's real, it's based on each of our own unique experiences. And so, the beginning part of therapy is really honoring somebody's journey and what they've been through, and helping them understand how that's shaped and molded them into who they are.
The first key to success is self-awareness. Lao Tzu said, "He who knows himself is wise. He who knows others is enlightened." The first time that I got into counseling, my mother starred in all of the sessions. The second time I got into counseling, I spent a whole bunch of time talking about my ex-husband. And it wasn't until I had a counselor that really encouraged me to look at myself that my life began to change. And we have the choice to be kind to people when they're not in a good space, and to give them the benefit of the doubt that they may be going through something that we don't know. We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. And we're all works in progress, right? I believe we all unconsciously recreate what's familiar in our lives until we choose something different. So we recreate roles and patterns that we grew up with in our work and in our relationships. And so part of success is becoming conscious, becoming self-aware, and empowering ourselves to do something different. We all hold stress or anxiety, worry, tension, and becoming aware of how we're experiencing that gives us emotional intelligence, because we understand when we're triggered. We understand when we're not in a good space. And then we can learn how to take pause and respond differently. If you believe in the mind, body, spirit connection, the ego is the mind, and we are the spirit. We are the essence of us. And true success requires detachment from ego. True prosperity is when we have positive mental health, we have good self-esteem, we have love and support in our lives, we have connected relationships, and we have financial wellness. I really love the idea in narrative therapy that we are both the protagonist and the author of our own life story. So what do you need to take responsibility for in your life to create positive change? Is it your health? Is it your relationships? Is it something about your career? I encourage you to take the reins, take charge, empower yourself, and create change in your life through responsibility. Our self-worth affects our net worth. We're focused on our jobs and our relationships and our finances, but really if we take time to look within ourselves, we can improve our self-care, improve our relationship with ourselves, and our outside life will begin to reflect that. But our professions, our jobs are meant to support us. And sometimes we need to assess that. How's that going? How good am I feeling about my job right now? I had a problem with detrimental caretaking, where I took care of my clients, my staff, my children, to the point where I was exhausted and depleted and resentful and unwell. And I had to make a choice to choose self-love. And that takes a lot of work. You always have to plan your career in the context of your life and not the other way around.
What I liked about your style was that you kept it light and we could relate to you, so it was like you captured us. You got us.
Healthy self-esteem is when you demonstrate respect for yourself and respect for the other person. So instead of being passive-aggressive or aggressive, we want to develop assertiveness in our lives. So I am empowering you to develop your emotional intelligence.
She was an excellent professional, very engaging speaker. Never looked at my watch once during her presentation.
I always say that healthy self-esteem is midway between Diva and doormat. So the diva is somebody who is kind of entitled and not very respectful of other people's boundaries. And the doormat is not very respectful of his or her own boundaries. So if we can change our thinking, we can change our feelings and behaviors. We have to push ourselves out of our comfort zone in order to grow.
Not only will she touch you personally, she'll also give you tools and techniques that you'll be able to add to your toolbox.
It's as if in life, when we're born, we each get a record album, and the needle sets on the record and it begins to play. And if our minds second guess the past or worry about the future, we scratch up our record and there is no music. He said the present moment is the only place that we can hear our song. Across hundreds of cultures and thousands of years, the breath is known to tie together the mind, the body, and the spirit. I really believe our emotions are a normal response to our nature and our nurture, always. But when you meditate or you start to practice mindfulness, you start to be able to observe your thoughts and your feelings rather than being immediately reactive to them. So it's like zooming out in time and space and seeing yourself in the situation from a much greater lens. And that gives you perspective. Mindful detachment can also shield you from the negative emotions of others. We may think we're all high and mighty, but we've got our stuff too. Everybody does. We're people, and we're all works in progress.
If your association, if your company, if your school, if you're looking for a phenomenal speaker, she's the one.